Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Starbuck and Dise. This game taking place here on Tide Hunters. Starbuck spawning under the name of Dr. Bucky here as the blue human player. Let me fix the colors. There we are, blue human player. Meanwhile, Dise spawning as the yellow night elf over here on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Gonna go ahead and, well, speed things up. Starbuck, the best race picker in EU. Definitely. All right. Let's go ahead and speed things up to 4 times speed. We are going to be going into a Keeper of the Grove, going up against an Archmage. No surprises there, as the intellect-based heroes of both of those races. A strong opening choice with a lot of different varied styles to come after. Archmage calling over some militia to clear out this creep camp off to the north. Is that Sea Giant going to do a lot of spinning, or did they actually fix that here in this map? All right, so I believe that in previous versions of Tide Hunters, that Sea Giant would often do like a weird spin attack, dealing large amounts of damage to all melee units that surround it, including militia. But it was like a percentage-based chance, like proccing, and sometimes your militia would all just nearly be dead after creeping, which was a bit inconsistent. He still spins? All right. Well, apparently he didn't spin nearly as much there, as many of the militia still have decent amount of hit points. Archmage going to go ahead and try and engage here, going after that Murgle Snarecaster, trying to stop Slow from being cast across too many units, as the Snarecaster does get taken down. There's a detonation there. Archmage gets up to level 2. Keeper of the Grove are getting, well, very close to, or getting close to level 3 now, finishing off the last of that creep camp there. Archmage looking to aggro some of these night crawlers and make them crawl up onto the high ground here. Well, I guess this is use of high ground and low ground here on Tide Hunters. If they actually, well, normally the long ways around doesn't have the ramp come up, and then the more direct way would have the ramp. So a bit curious about that. You want to have the most convenient way and end up having to have a small ramp that's close to the location, while you have a long ramp going back the other side. So not quite sure how I feel about that there. But then again, I've never designed a WarCraft 3 map. All right, Keeper of the Grove going to go ahead and try and retreat back here. We're taking a look. Footman taking quite a bit of damage from that entangle. There's another entangle there. Is that Footman going to get taken down? He will. And he was not denied there, as the Keeper of the Grove's level 2 entangle really racking up quite a bit of damage. Footman, is he going to get taken down? Yes, he will. No bonus experience there, as the Keeper of the Grove teleports back home, ready to rinse and repeat the action with that level 2 entangle and, well, +7 auto attack. Rusty Creek has ramps. All right. Yeah. Well, I guess the ramps in Lost Temple are so iconic that, and so strategic often, that it's very it's often to forget that some of the more modern Warcraft 3 maps also have ramps. All right, Arcane Tower trying to be upgraded. Archer is going to try and pelt it down. A quick entangle coming across here, as the Footman now already down to 131 hit points, 20 damage a second. There goes another entangle. Archmage shows up to the party, trying to protect some of his precious units. There goes a deny onto that low hit point Footman there, as the Keeper of the Grove tries to chase back away. This Water Elemental is going to try to finish off that Footman. 39, 20 hit points. It gets taken down. Experience to the Keeper of the Grove, as the Keeper of the Grove continuing all of this damage here. Oh, really? All right, I really need to study Rusty Creek a little bit more. I take it back. My apologies. All right, Keeper of the Grove continuing to engage. We are looking at archers, well, trying to pelt down, making sure that the entangled Footman does end up falling if the Archmage is not nearby to support. Keeper of the Grove alongside those archers, able to do exactly that, as the Keeper of the Grove finishes off another Footman. So after, well, nearly 6 minutes of play, a lot of Footmen have been killed either by the Keeper of the Grove and Entangle and company, or by being denied. Starbuck dropping a Water Elemental here, trying to finish off this Keeper of the Grove. Archmage now trying to retreat back. So many new maps lately, hard to keep track. I try to read up on Warcraft 3 maps during my spare time, but, well, spare time is hard to come by. Keeper of the Grove trying to catch up to an Archmage who has a boots of speed. Off to the races. The Archmage will definitely win that foot race, as the Archmage, still running around in circles, able to cause quite a bit of problems. Meanwhile, Staff of Teleportation, the Keeper of the Grove, is trying to get in front of that Archmage, unable to do exactly that, as the Archmage should be looking to heal up at this Arcane Vault momentarily. All right, Entangle. Well, Entangle ends up going down onto the Archmage. Archmage down to 19 hit points. Scroll of Town Portal is right there. Are we going to see a 4-unit surround? Yes, we are, but it is broken by the Scroll of Town Portal. I don't believe I've ever seen that whatsoever. Keeper of the Grove trying to get the final shot off there, and Archmage ends up surviving. Beautifully done, beautifully played. That was an absolute amazing sequence of events. Something I have never seen in all of my years of watching and casting StarCraft 3. An impressive 4-unit surround, which doesn't happen very often at all. And then to top it off, having to have that 4-unit surround broken up because you had to use your a Scroll of Town Portal to save your sub 50 hit point hero. Beautifully done there, as the Archmage now tries to put pressure back onto what was a fully hit point Keeper of the Grove. All right, yeah, Dise was definitely a bit greedy in that scenario, but who can blame him when it's not like all the races have a distance powerful nuking ability that can instantly melt or freeze enemy intellect-based heroes. All right, Demon Hunter now out here onto the battlefield. Going to get in some mana burns. Breath of Fire now onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove trying to retreat back. Demon Hunter now with Boots of Quel'Tha Lost trying to chase after here. The Water Elemental's actually getting a bit in the way, as the Demon Hunter trying to slice and dice its way through. Dryad's also getting slowed up here. Instead, now going after those Water Elementals. All right, Water Elemental slow poison damage is starting to rack up a bit, and the Demon Hunter will earn a little bit more experience before most likely backing up. All right, Keeper of the Grove, Clarity Potion, the window of opportunity to randomly entangle and kill everything has closed, as the Keeper of the Grove now is using Treants to tank creep camps and perhaps try and get that Demon Hunter to level 3. Level 3 Demon Hunter significantly more powerful, as we all know, able to deal, able to mana burn much more effectively, shutting down Potion of Invulnerability at just the right moment. Now going after the Keeper of the Grove, as the Keeper of the Grove now down to 96 hit points. Brewmaster is out of mana because of that Demon Hunter. No trailing breaths of fire, as the Archmage, both sides battling things up. Low hit point Water or low hit point Footman could end up getting taken down here. Keeper of the Grove with Orb of Venom could rack up some damage over time with those range attacks and trying to hit different targets. There goes an Entangle onto a Rifleman. It looks as though a Footman, Rifleman was about to get taken down. Scroll of Healing used, but still not going to be enough, as the targets are still attacking and engaging. There goes a Priest as well, as the Keeper of the Grove wants to rack up more damage, perhaps going after now that Rifleman here, as the Demon Hunter has Rejuvenation and now gets up to level 3. Level 2 mana burn onto the Archmage. Archmage now trying to retreat back. Meanwhile, Panda has 60 some odd mana as well. Most likely will get mana burned as well, as he gets entangled. Is he going to try and break free, as another Rejuvenation goes down onto the Keeper of the Grove, keeping him alive? That level 1, or that was an adept, the Druid of the Claw, really coming through in a clutch situation, as the Demon Hunter looks to finish off this Brewmaster. Brewmaster down to 73 hit points. Archmage is right there. Mana burn, no. I'm going to go after a Priest instead, and now could go after that Brewmaster. Not quite sure why, as the Brewmaster looking to join back in on the fight, even though the Keeper of the Grove is right there. Going to try and engage. Panda finally uses that Potion of Healing. Keeper of the Grove gets an Entangle off onto the Archmage. Archmage, is going to be in a bit of trouble. Uses a Potion of Healing as well to try and stay alive a little while longer. And are we going to see a repeat where, Dise overstays his welcome? Rejuvenation onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter able to withstand a little bit of damage here. And that Arcane Tower, however, removing much of the necessary mana on that Demon Hunter. All right, crazy games going, or crazy encounters going back and forth so far. Not sure what to make of this. Druid of the Claws, still in Druid form, able to regenerate large amounts of mana. A little bit of, hey, You have a farm all the way out in the middle of nowhere. Let me go ahead and try and take you down. Farm quickly taken down now. Looking at some barracks as well. Rejuvenation onto some dryads as the bears are going to be trying to engage here. Arcane Tower, however, on to that, well, Druid of the Claw, taking a bit more damage than he wanted to, or losing some more mana than he wanted to here, as the human army trying to get into position. It is the Orb of Venom and the Boots of Crotalos that's really giving additional damage to the heroes of the Night Elf army, able to put in a pressure alongside that a 70 supply to 50 supply advantage. Starbuck doesn't even have that much gold, but does have, well, a Blood Mage out here onto the battlefield. The Demon Hunter keeping the enemy hero's mana in check has really been the problem throughout this match here, as we're still fighting and engaging here. All right, Arcane Tower onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter now down to 38 mana after all that time, as the units are looking to retreat. Dryads able to land in a couple of slow poison attacks. Are we going to see some more slow poison attacks onto some of these units? And one priest does get taken out. Staff of Preservation. I believe that was the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter does have a Staff of Teleportation. Where is he going? Perhaps he's going to try to buy an Orb of Venom of his own and then join back in on the battle. A new Roar being brought back over. There's a Breath of Fire as well, as the bears are looking to engage. Here in comes the Demon Hunter. He did grab an Orb of Venom and join back in on that battle as expected. Demon Hunter now looking to take down the Arcane Tower. Arcane Tower, well, going to get taken down pretty quickly before the Demon Hunter loses all of its mana. Keeper of the Grove, however, not so lucky, as there is a Fairy Dragon up on the high ground, able to mana flare. As long as it is still flaring, though, it can be attacked. Going to go ahead and try and engage here, as the Druids of the Claw are engaging against all of these units. Staff of Preservation, I believe the Staff Preservation saving a unit there, as the Demon Hunter still fighting its way through. Demon Hunter could be in a little bit of trouble, as there's a lot of low hit point Night Elf units in the back. Still 76 supply compared to 48. Militia Call to Arms adding in extra damage, as we finally see the Demon Hunter of Dise looking to retreat out. A tactical retreat, even though he has the larger army to save the units that he has after dealing much more damage than I believe Starbuck can really bounce back from. If the fight went any longer, perhaps Starbuck could have pulled a little bit more home field advantage, as there were a number of low hit point Druids. All right, Druids of the Claw need to get a lot of rejuvenation going. There's one rejuvenation. There's another rejuvenation. This Druid of the Claw needs to get back into Druid mode as well. Both sides need to, well, really clearly, a lot of healing needs to clearly engage here. Starbuck now trying to rebuild 57 over 66 supply. Brewmaster trying to catch up in the experience department alongside that Archmage and Blood Mage. Main gold mines still have 10 minutes of mining left, or nearly 10 minutes of mining left. Archmage now, well, looking to clear out this Rock Golem creep camp off to the north. This could give the substantial level up that Starbuck needs. If he can get a level up on all of these heroes, well, that would be a significant power boost. Level 2 now on the Blood Mage. Brewmaster could get to level 3. Archmage could get to level 4. Are we just going to be a little bit shy? Yes, one hero shy by, well, 10 experience. Make that 3 experience. So 3 experience shy from that level 2 Brilliance Aura. Now, dual Orbs of Venom. Demon Hunter, Keeper of the Grove, nasty 1-2 combination. Treants are now going to dive in, and here we are going into the engagement. Starbuck has, well, only a castle and a handful of buildings left at what was his main base. Going to try and engage here. Archmage going to try and fight back. There's Fairy Dragons phase shifting there, as mortar teams are in the back, able to get in a bunch of splash damage. All right, 3 mortar teams in the back engaging against a Druid of the Claw, who is, well, gets in a roar there. Starbuck now trying to retreat back here, as the bears are just diving on in once more. Archmage gets up to level 4, but without any true front line, this is going to be an uphill battle. There's a Breath of Fire. Panda cannot be the front line by himself, as the Blood Mage throws down a Flame Strike to try and rack up more damage. Mortar teams able to perhaps shell shock. There goes some Dryads there, as we are looking at, well, Dise continuing to put his pressure forward. Blood Mage falls at level 2, and without the access to, well, the Flame Strike of the Blood Mage, no easy way to get rid of those bears, and Dise takes the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about this game in the comments below.